Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Rendezvous with SheRules. Today, we are going to talk to some women who are doing some exceptional work in the field of helping children who are in need. Vistaara envisions embodying societal values grounded in love and compassion. It promises child empowerment through community participation and cross learning. Let's talk to the executive members of Vistaara today to know more about their selfless and benevolent contributions to the children in need. We have Chinmayee Praveen, Maneesha Ajit, and Bitha Sadanandan today with us on this episode. So, Chinmayee, I understand you are the founder of this NGO that provides a very unique service. Please tell us more about it.
Yeah, myself Chinmayee. I'm an entrepreneur by profession. And to introduce and brief up my initiative Vistaara, it is a non-profit organization run by like-minded people from different strata of society. What makes this Vistaara unique is it is from the children to the children. And we at Vistaara imbibe values that motivates kids to take part in creating useful change to lay the better foundation for better tomorrow. And we all know that kids play a very vital role in shaping and strengthening the society generation after generation because handling a responsibility or sweating for a cause is not a visionary document but an agreement within themselves to do it. We at Vistaara, we want to showcase that the size of the accomplishment is always infinite times bigger than the size of the obstacles faced.
Great. It sounds really challenging and wonderful, the cause and the work that you're doing. So I'm sure it is very challenging. So how did you come up with this concept? What are the challenges that you have faced in implementing the same? I can't hear you, Bitha.
Okay, I will be answering that question. Am I audible right now?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So I have been fortunate enough to be in those meetings when Vistaara was taking shape, some of the initial meetings. And Vistaara took shape from Chinmayee coming up with the idea of changing the invisible to change the visible. And from what I understand, she came up with this idea with the intention of engaging her children in a beneficial, in a constructive way to utilize their free time. And then as the idea took shape, the thought also moved from her own educational background in behavioral psychology of that children generally are of many backgrounds, many economical backgrounds, and that it takes something to when children are engaged in giving back to the society, when their thinking is already conditioned in those terms, then there is within them during their developmental years, while they are going about doing their school activities and engaging with different kinds of people, there develops within them a sense of balance, a sense of broadening perspective. And the idea behind Vistaara is to bridge the gap between the haves and have-nots. The idea of haves and have-nots is not just about materialistically well enough. People who may be well off may not have had interactions with the opportunity to work with people who may not have materialistically but have different kinds of innate skills. For example, a farmer may have abilities by which to grow things in a way ingenuously, which maybe somebody who has never been a farmer may not know. So through kids, the gap between rich and poor to get redefined. That is also one of the intentions behind bridging the gap between the haves and have-nots. And so the idea behind involving kids is while there are movements going about in the development of a child. Some of the challenges faced also includes that kids, you know, kids do not, since they are very young, there are parents and there are other caretakers, school people, elders in the society who are instrumental in how the kids grow up. And hence, uh, while Vistaara is primarily in the beauty involved in what Vistaara brings about is to bridge the gap between um, you know um, haves and have-nots through kids.
Okay.
This cannot not happen without the involvement of parents and the others in the society. So through kids, to kids, the intention is to change the invisible by which to change the visible. So which in other words means while it begins with kids, it cannot not happen without the participation of elders, parents, others in the society, administrators, different strata of the society, because a society is built from several facets, several contributory, several participative groups, and kids being so vulnerable and tender, in the taking care of our kids, the society forms. And while the kids are taking shape, what is not visible right now, which is affecting so much that which is visible, giving rise to shaping our societies, gets changed, and thereby the visible changes. So
Fantastic.
um, I hope this answers some of the
Yes,
questions.
yes. I mean,
Challenges also involve, yeah.
the
The, yes.
great. That really sums it up very nicely. So, how many volunteers do you work with currently, including kids and adults?
We have about 25 of us are there, and there are 10 board members, and the rest are our permanent volunteers. So
And
as and when we have a program planned out, and we feel we need more people, we reach out. That is through our page, or we have a few tie-ups with other organizations like Yuva Spandana and a few colleges like St. John's and
mhm,
RNSIT. They also pool in, and we pool in, and we get going.
that's very nice. So the volunteers are both kids and adults in your with Vistara, right?
Exactly. The volunteers, we have the kids, and we have at different age groups, and we have a few, and mothers also, coming in, and college students. We have
Mm-hmm.
everybody in all age groups.
Okay, great. So, how do you think people who are interested in what you're doing, how can they help and contribute to your cause?
Yeah. Anybody willing to devote some time, have some compassion, and ready for some teamwork, anybody is willing, can be a volunteer. And we have a few specific programs also under the AICTE. We have taken a few projects.
Okay.
So those who are interested in these projects can reach out to us. We have a chapter in Belgavi, and if anybody is interested, after going through about us, we are on Facebook. You can look us up, Vistaara. So, and if you're interested in our programs and you feel you want to be a part of it, or you want to set it up in any of the districts, we are willing to provide the necessary resources and the helping hand in that. Also, we have our own think tank, and we have our resources, and we are ready, provided it's under our umbrella, to participate with other NGOs or organizations and to carry out any projects.
Fantastic. So, like Manisha said, I think everybody should look out for their pages on Instagram and Facebook and follow all the great work that they do. So, Chinmay, how do you manage work, family, and everything else that you're doing with Vistara?
Actually, Deepti, to say, when the work is stressed to us, there is a question of managing it. when we love what we work and the work is interesting, there is no question of balancing or managing it. So at the
Beautifully
end of the
said.
day, what we are or what we accomplish is not important. What we do, try to bring a smile on somebody's face itself is a managing task to us. And I never have a complaint that I don't have time for this or nothing. So Vistaara is on priority, and every time I get time to work for it.
Wow, that is very beautifully said, and what you said is really true. You know, when you enjoy what you're doing, you really want to spend more time on it. So, any incident that you would call as a turning point in your life?
I will be answering that.
Sure, Bitha.
So Vistaara had launched was in the first incident event that launched Vistaara with had a gathering of school kids,
Okay.
and there was a lunch planned, and it involved coming together of families, of ethos, of commitments, of dedications, which set the stage for what was to expect from Vistaara.
Okay.
So what was important about that is the preparatory meetings that led up to the event was intellectually stimulating, ethologically challenging, because the focus was on value addition by every member, and that value addition has been the guiding stones by which Vistaara has come about. So the community events talk about kids level engagement visibly, and that's not a small matter. So we saw the first public event with the launch of Vistaara, and how that came about, what happened during that event, and how we all showed up is also an example of what becomes possible when Vistaara goes to work. We actually saw the invisible changing, and in how we, the participants, the members, the kids who came there, how we showed up was a visible evidence of what happens when Vistaara goes to work. So, yeah, to me that has been.
That's very nice to hear. It is really great to actually hear about all the work that you're doing, especially in relation to the kids, involving kids to make a change and create an impact. I would urge everybody to check out Vistaara's Facebook page, Instagram page, follow them, like them, and also contribute in whichever way you can to these women who are working very hard to make a positive change in the society. Thank you very much for joining Rendezvous with SheRules, and I hope you all will support Vistaara, Chinmayee, and Maneesha and Bitha. Thank you very much.
Thank you.